Hey everyone, it's Ivan, KP-15.com, out here today to take a first look at something pretty cool Brownells sent out for the 2021 Coast to Coast Tour. If you follow my content, you probably know I'm doing another Coast to Coast tour this year. So premise of it, basically to be able to go around and hold a bunch of range days where people have the opportunity to come out and shoot some pretty cool guns, oftentimes stuff probably wouldn't have a chance to shoot or you're not going to find like on the shelf in local gun stores. And while there's a lot of very like high-end expensive guns and whatnot there's also some just really cool guns too. So Brownells ended up sending out this right here, which is the KP-15. The lower, this one right here is kind of their full-on enhanced one. Basically ambi selector, ambi mag release, enhanced trigger, all that good stuff. But of course we need a upper receiver to put on that. So let's see what is in here. Pretty sure I know what it is, but not gonna speak out of turn. Yep. BRN-180. This is the Gen 2. So there were some improvements made from the Gen 1 to the Gen 2, one of which being the Gen 2. It used to be the 180S were the only ones with adjustable gas blocks. That changed, and I believe there was another change that had to do with basically the handguard, making it easier to take on and off if you need to actually service it, anything along those lines. But, man, there we go. Got this guy. Oh, did not mean to do that. I should probably put it back together before we shoot it. Didn't mean to do that. Hold tight. No problem. Just disassembled it for inspection real quick. Make sure the gravel's off there. What's funny is my other one, 10.5 inch, this is actually on there like really good, and you have to like pound it to break this thing loose. But if you're wondering, there we go. To disassemble it, you basically hold it up against your chest and rack that charging down the back, at which point it'll push that out and you can actually, in a controlled manner, remove all that stuff. But, or you just do it like that and then just clean the gravel and debris off of it. These KP-15 lowers, because they are polymer and just material-wise, they actually use these other capture pins. Ta-da! Only took me a couple tries. Definitely an improved trigger on this. But I'm gonna go ahead, throw an optic on, and then behind me, there's a Bear Solutions cold start, which I will jam up some mags and see if I can pass that cold start with this unzeroed optic, fresh into a new 193 ScalarWorks Leap mount. Call us K-16, I guess it is. All right, we got an optic. Gonna go ahead and jam up mags. I'm gonna need one magazine of 10 rounds and then a second magazine of 3 rounds. And once those are all set, we'll go ahead and see how this does. More like see how I do on it, but we'll shoot it. If you're unfamiliar with the Bear Solutions Cold Start, it is basically a metric, kind of see where you are when you're not warmed up. So right here I have a magazine of 10 rounds. I'm at about 5 yards. I'm gonna put 5 rounds into one of the big rectangles, 5 into the other, at which point it should lock back on an empty magazine. I will conduct a sweep pocket reload with my remaining 3 rounds, put them into that circle in the middle. Having zeroed it, just threw this optic into this 193 mount by ScalarWorks. So I have about 10 rounds to figure out where I'm at and whatever. Let's do it live. Oh gosh. Don't worry, I'm still in it. Well, that happened. I failed it. Probably failed it more than I passed it. And I actually failed it pretty early on. I was aiming up here, actually probably somewhere right in the middle initially, and I think one of my very first rounds dropped low. If it goes outside the box, instant failure. But shot there, I was like, oh, I should probably fix myself. Shot here, again, holding pretty high. Then when I went to go reload, I did that. Basically overseated the magazine, and instead of like pulling down, making sure it was in fact secure, and for that matter, on the right level, I did not, and it would not go into battery. So I'd basically pulled the magazine down, well, removed the magazine, reinserted it, then sent it into battery, slowed down, got those hits there. But, oh well, failed it. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and actually get this optic zeroed, do a little more shooting with it. With these sure feed mags, it seems like I have a tendency to overseed it. Might be a little bit overzealous. We'll see as I spend more time with it, and just try different mags, whether it's Tango Down or P mags. I will say, I think these BRN-180s by Brownells, they're awesome. On the one part, there's kind of a nostalgia with respect to kind of retro clones coming from Stoner's AR-18, AR-180, basically a gas piston AR that was originally stamped metal. Brownells obviously improved, newer materials, technologies, whether it's the actual barrel they're using, the steel they're using, or actual billet, M-lock, all those things. And then the KP-15, really, really cool. Finally, again, technology kind of got to the point where you can have something solid and reliable and really lightweight. And seeing kind of the evolution through, I believe it was originally like Cav Arms, and now the KP-15 from KE Arms. But this gun is going coast to coast. Brownells sent this out. It's going to come along on my 2021 Coast to Coast tour, making a number of different range days as I make my way across the country. And if you come out to any of them, you will have the opportunity to shoot this. And after that last range day with Brownells, July 15th, I believe it is, this, as well as a bunch of other guns from the Coast to Coast tour, are actually going to get auctioned off. So if you want to go ahead and put in a bid, this very one could end up being yours. And all the proceeds from that auction are going to go to SOC-F, Special Operation Care Fund. Amazing organization doing some incredible work. But yeah, Super excited to have this gun along for the tour and ultimately get it into the hands of people going cross country, and then finally get it in a new home at the very end of the tour. But as always, thanks for joining us at KP-15. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Tell me all your problems, I'll save your soul. It could make you feel better.